Hello, hello. It is 501 week number 6. So this week we are looking at formative assessment. We're going to be using Google Slides and Pear Deck for that. But first off, you're going to continue your reading with Avrith and Clark. Make sure that you're continuing to do that journal. You're going to submit that at the very, very end. Hopefully, you already shared that with me. But you're going to look for like week 8 to actually get grades on that. Make sure that you're doing the journal that goes along with that reading each week. You're also continuing with the Google Certified Educator Level 1, going with units 11 and 12, which fits really well with the themes of this week around, it's called Captivate Your Class with Video, like, which is great. It's essentially using YouTube to enrich your classroom. And then unit 12 is using Google Drive to facilitate group work. This is another one where last week I shared Edu Protocols. That's a great way to dig into some group work if you've not played with it before. So let me jump actually right into the assignment. Also, sorry about the stuffed up nose. I blame my kids for giving me a cold. It just kind of hit me this afternoon. Hopefully you're hanging in there. Um, you're going to be using a Google Chrome add-on called Pear Deck to connect with Google Slides that makes Google Slides interactive. And so you're going to make sure that I'm able to actually access that before you submit it. Make sure you've gone through all the steps. There's 7 steps on that Google Doc that walk you through how to connect Google Slides with Pear Deck, and the idea is that it becomes an interactive slide deck, which is really, really cool. I actually just learned kind of a new way that marries kind of the Pear Deck add-on plus the YouTube theme from Unit 12, and just kind of our overall theme around formative assessment. So School AI, as Director of Technology, I get to sign up for stuff and spend my budget. And often it's on things that aren't particularly exciting. This one, I've really been looking at a handful of platforms for a long time, and there are a couple of reasons I decided to get a site license for School AI, but we went with that and just got off a call with Jeremy McDonald, who you may know from Sphero or Ozobot. He's now with School AI and does great work. One thing he just showed me is called Video Explorer. So if you've not played with School AI, let me just kind of explain it. I don't need to share my screen because you can go to it if you care. Like, just open up a new tab and go to schoolai.com. Log in, authenticate with a Google account, and you're in. It's free for teachers. If you pay for a site license, you get kind of some analytics as an administrator. You get a slightly faster, more developed um, build of ChatGPT, and you're able to connect it with like an LMS like Google Classroom. Uh, but if you're just trying to play with it, like completely free to teachers, amazing. So there are these kind of spaces, and so like one of the ones where you hear about it and like, oh, that's really cool, is being able to chat, like chat, use air quotes, chat with an historical figure. So clearly, your students wouldn't be doing that. But the idea is that you create a space for them, or you use a pre-created space. You can discover a space. Space is kind of the student-facing part of School AI. You create it, and either with a QR code, a Google Classroom link, or just a 4-character code, they hop on. They don't have accounts, so this actually is compliant with all the things, mostly COPPA, where students don't create accounts, and also you as the teacher or your administrator doesn't have to create accounts because they're just joining your space. So if you want to say like we're chatting with, would be a good historical figure that 7th graders might be studying these days. I'm looking at my 7th grader who's sitting in my office right now. She's staring back at me
Welcome
as
weekend to school.
okay, so I'm getting no help. I don't know. Let's just do something lame
Nothing.
like Abraham Lincoln. So you can be like 7th graders are chatting with Abraham Lincoln. Give me a. I'm gonna run with it. Okay. So it's not Abraham Lincoln, but I don't know what it is. But I'm gonna say Abraham Lincoln. Um, that's what I get for asking a 7th grader for help while recording a video. I'm getting like, ah. And then you create that. Your students can type away in chat. The idea is that it builds independence where you're not lecturing, you're not kind of guiding a thing. They're able to engage with it. So that's kind of an example of a space. The one I just learned about from Jeremy is called Video Explorer. And with this, you just find a YouTube video you want, which connects with all the stuff we've been doing around the Google for Education Level 1 week, Unit 11, whatever it is. Plus, it's kind of the idea of Pear Deck plus Google Slides. So Video Explorer, you find a video, paste it into School AI Video Explorer space, and it actually processes it, grabs a transcript of it, lets you play the video as a student, right? So you just drop it in, share it with your students. They all hop on with their device. They watch the video at their own pace, which is amazing, right? You're not lecturing where they learn the same thing at the same time. They can learn at their own pace. And then depending on the content of the video, School AI will actually pause it and then jump in with questions about the thing. Students can respond. So it's not quite like a quiz. It's more of like a tutor or just kind of a curious school helper maybe. And so let me click through the one I was just on, Video Explorer. So like the one I was just playing with, it said, like it starts off right away. And so you have the video, and it says, hey, welcome to our Video Explorer video adventure. Today we're looking at, and it gives you basically a description of what the video actually is about. And then it has kind of a, fun fact. And then once you hit whatever the predetermined, based on the transcript point is, School AI and the chatbot will actually jump in. So I did like multiplying up to 12. And so School AI in this case said, that's an interesting strategy, right? Now, can you think of how multiplying by 3 could be like adding the same number 3 times? Give it a try. And then you chat back. And so the idea is you're able to have your students watch a video, but then also interact with it. And so the idea of the assignment with Pear Deck and Google Slides is to make slides more interactive. Similarly, Video Explorer is kind of the next way, almost like in a flipped classroom sort of way, where the content of the video is in a way interactable, right? Like there's interactivity where School AI will prompt a student. Students can chat back, students can ask questions, students can guess at responses and ask for help or clarification. And all the while, as the teacher, you see all the students as just rows of that space. You can click through and see what all the students are reading. You get like a headline, you get an emoji. So if a student's like way off task and goofing around, you get like a sad face or an angry face emoji. The headline will be like, this student is off task. And so you can see it all kind of from your dashboard, all the while your students are listening to the video and being able to interact with it. And so I think that's really kind of the spirit of the Google Fundamentals Training Unit 11, is being able to find high quality educational videos, curate them, and then the School AI would be, I think, the next step for getting students to interact with it. It's not part of the Google training, it's not part of your assignment, but it's super new and it's super exciting, and I had to make sure that you knew about that. And so the idea with Pear Deck and Google Slides is to work on formative assessment, and the discussion board jumps into formative assessment. There's a video to watch around assessing students and the importance of formative assessment. So you're going to watch the video and then just have kind of a generic conversation about that video. There's prompts in there for week 6. So that is all I have for you. If you have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, happy week 6, everybody.